Hey everyone, welcome back to Family Friday. I'm George Willett. These are the Bible basics. This opportunity to kind of get into the Word, and we're not going to get super deep, and we're not doing tons of word studies and getting into the Greek or the Hebrew or anything else. We're kind of going through the text and just thinking about them and beginning the process of a deeper understanding. This help, this tool that we want to give you, that you can listen and then maybe go and have conversations with your kids, your grandkids, with your family. All right, so tonight we're going to do lesson 24, the golden rule. This is chapter 7, verse 12 of the book of Matthew. I told you these ones we're going to split and just kind of go through that. I also said a few weeks ago that the Sermon on the Mount is, Jesus in general is so quotable. People just know the words of Jesus, even if they're not Christians. But in the Sermon on the Mount, there are so many famous things that are said that not only do Christians know them, but non-Christians tend to know these things too. Tonight is one of them, verse 12. When we're thinking about this sermon, again, Jesus is trying to help us to understand something. He is leading us somewhere. He is teaching us something. We're going to live this life that is much different than the world if we're going to be listening to and living out the Sermon on the Mount. Because there's the kingdom of the earth, the kingdom of the world, and then there's the kingdom of heaven. And the expectations, the lifestyle, the values of the kingdom of heaven are very different than the kingdom of earth. So in verse 12, Jesus says, "In everything, therefore, treat people the same way you want them to treat you, for this is the law and the prophets." Okay, that's a powerful verse right there. That is a powerful statement. And Jesus, again, as God, is summing up the totality, the completeness of the law and the prophets, the books of Moses, and all the writings of the prophets. This is the Old Testament. For the Jewish people to hear that, to live out the way that we're supposed to live out this life, means treat people the same way you want them to treat you in everything. What a radical thought. We tend to overlook the deepness of what this one verse says. He has been talking and explaining about being in the kingdom of heaven. He has been talking about seeking out the kingdom of heaven and asking and knocking, about judging in the right way. Don't be hypocritical. Want to do it to reconcile and help people, not to condemn them. And he says, okay, so in everything you're going to do, because of all the stuff I've been talking about, treat others the way you want to be treated. This can get very confusing today. And I'm telling you, I work with kids and teenagers, and kids want to get revenge. They don't want to give grace. Kids want to treat people the way that they get treated. Not just kids. I think all of us tend to want to do that. But as a Christian, as a citizen of the kingdom of heaven, when I am offended against, I don't respond the same way. I don't get revenge. I don't give hostility. I don't give anger and hatred back when anger and hatred is done towards me. And if I can do this, if I can take all of the teachings of God and how I'm to interact with other people, and I can get down to this, just treat people the way you want to be treated. Love others. That is powerful. But nowadays, I've run into some younger people who are like, well, I don't like myself very much. I'm depressed. I'm whatever. So I don't care. You can treat me bad because their self-esteem is so low that they don't understand what it means to treat people in a positive, uplifting way. So we've got to speak truth into this culture about the worth of every individual, about every human being being made in the image of God. Everyone has a worth, and everyone is due respect. And when we teach people that again, and we show the truth of the uniqueness and the specialness of each and every person, we might see some changes in culture. Because right now, if you look out there, people are not treating themselves very well, and they're definitely not treating others well. So this is a good thing that Jesus gave us this golden rule that we're to follow. All right, I hope you are getting something out of this. I hope you are thinking your way through the Sermon on the Mount a little bit different, and we'll see you next week. God bless.